gets to 83.78. All right, let's bring in our guest analyst, Oliver Sloup from Blue Line Futures in Chicago. Oliver, thanks for being on. All right, it was definitely a rough April. May hasn't started off that great either. What are your thoughts here for the last six and a half weeks?
Well, you and I last week at this time, ahead of the USDA report last Friday, were talking about just kind of the slow bleed lower being a little bit of a caution sign, that there was a little bit of fear in the market, but we haven't really seen that panic and capitulation. And I think we've started to see that over the last couple of days. I talked about it in our morning write-up this morning, that a lot of times when you get big down moves like this, it comes in days of 3 and 4, and today would be the third day. And part of the reason behind that is you start to get margin departments and risk departments stepping in and forcing people out of long positions. So I think there probably is some light at the tunnel, especially this time of year, right? It's still too early to say that this crop is in the bag. I think the markets have just had a plethora of bad news over the last several days. We know that weak demand has been a headwind. Good weather throughout the Midwest has been a headwind. They reached a deal on the Black Sea grain deal. So a lot of bad news thrown at the markets. My question now is, has the market interpreted all that bearish news? Has the market already digested that? For now, I think we probably have, and can get into a little bit of a holding pattern and consolidation until we get new news on the U.S. crop. And that might not come for the next couple weeks to month.
Yeah, I agree with you. You know, it felt like that to me this morning. We had some capitulation with those margin departments selling right on the open, right? But then we've kind of consolidated. Now, not to say that we're down 30, 35 cents still in those wheat contracts. They've had some outside influences as well. But it seems to me, at least within corn and beans, we kind of started to find our feet there a little bit. Now, yeah, we've given back a few cents, but still, I'm calling not as low on the day a win right now, and we'll start to see that when you start to see that momentum slow when it comes to the selling, I think that's exactly what you're talking about, and I agree with you. We're probably not too far out from seeing some plus days on the board. What do you think?
Yeah, I think some plus days is right. And that doesn't mean that the longer term bottom is going to be in, right? I think that we can recover some ground from these levels and consolidate at the very least, go into a holding pattern, which is, I guess, seasonally what we typically do for corn and soybeans, is just tread kind of sideways through the back half of May and into June until we get a better idea how the crops are looking in the States. But right now, as it stands, things do look pretty good. So I wouldn't be surprised to see more downward pressure in the back half of the year. But consolidation here in the near term is kind of what we're looking for.
All right, great.